My name is Joan Guttormsson. My maiden name was Joan Green. And now we were just talking about when I first started Kelvin.
Yeah.
Was 1946 you decided?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, hi, I'm the chatty one.
The correctional.
My name is Salin Guttormsson, and I'm Joan's daughter. And I graduated in 1979. My grandmother, my mother's mother, her name was Dorothy Tresitter Green. So she's the first Dorothy. My mother is Dorothy Joan, but she goes by Joan. I'm Dorothy Salin. I go by Salin. So we've got the three Dorothys. And it's just a darn good thing that I didn't name my son Dorothy. Because he will be, fingers crossed, the fourth generation of Kelvin grads this year.
My music teacher felt that I had enough talent that I should try to become a concert pianist. But my father, whose mother was a concert pianist in England, and he told me it was a very lonely life and he was very much against that. But I didn't have to make a difficult decision because that summer I got a job working for Northwest Airlines in their ticket office on the corner almost of Portage and Main.
Instead of doing, what they do now in yearbooks with a little blurb about somebody, they did a poem, and it referenced Mom's piano playing, and it said, "Piano is attended to by Joan and Oogie. One is Chopin and the other is Boogie." And so she's the Chopin.
Well, I went to school at Kelvin when there was still the bell tower. But I think that was the year that they had a change of principals because, and my memory may be foggy on this, but evidently there was a bunch of...
there was a scandal.
Well,
in the bell tower.
In the bell tower, yes. Yes. And so this woman was brought in either as the principal or the vice principal to clean up Kelvin's school and stop all this nonsense from going on.
That was going on in
the bell tower. Yes. So what happened was the girls went in the front door and the boys came in the side door. And all the rooms, for the most part, were either all girls or all boys. And they changed classes 10 minutes apart. Well, I was in a mixed room. And one day, at near the beginning of school, because it was in the fall, we changed classes at the same time as the all boys rooms did. And one of them said to me, "Joan, are you going to come and play baseball after 4?" And I said, "Oh, sure, good idea. I'll see you." Well, the next thing I know, there's a knock on the door. And would Joan Green please come down to the principal's office? And I was informed by the principal that young ladies do not speak to young men in the halls of Kelvin.
And this was all because there was an incident in the bell tower. There was a boy and a girl that got caught up there. And so this new person came in to clean up the shenanigans that were going on in the halls and the schools of Kelvin. And as Mom said, is that they changed it so that to the extent they could, they made all girl, all boy classes. They staggered the class times so that the kids wouldn't actually see each other. They had to come in the separate doors because of this nonsense.
Yeah, I understand it's a little different now.
Just a little.
Yeah. My grandchildren do talk to me, so.
Yeah, it was funny. Mom, my grandmother, she was interviewed by CBC at the 75th anniversary of Kelvin High School. And she was asked this question, "So what was life like for you at Kelvin?" And my grandmother said, "Well, you must understand, it was very, very different for me because I was very popular, and so life for me was really not the same as every other student." And my mom and I are looking at it going, what? You're just making all of this up, right? And she was, but it wasn't like anybody could challenge her. You know, there was nobody else around. Like, she's just, oh yes, well, I was always asked to all the dances. And all that. It was really very funny. But.
Well, because I still remember it, I obviously found it a very memorable time for the years I was here. And, you know, when I look at some of these pictures and I was explaining some of them to Salin, who they were and what they did and things like that. No, it was a very great, memorable time for me. Yeah.
You know, I think actually now the word I would use is community. I cannot get over the cohesiveness and the tightness of Kelvin grads. I mean, the very fact that you're doing this is just, you know, it's evidence of what an impact the school and the community has. Yeah, I'm still very much in touch with my graduating class. You know, they're all over the world. I'm now of an age where we're experiencing the demise, the death of classmates. And it's amazing how people rally together and remember the days of the late 70s as they were, you know, just a few years ago. It's really quite something. And I think in my travels, it really knocks people's socks off when you tell them that, you know, my grandmother, my mother, myself, and my children all attended the same high school. The fact that we're still that, you know, connected and we're not traveling, they're all scattered, real sense of community.